here's a recap of Mission Impossible Fallout. We begin in a dream sequence that has IMF agent Ethan Hunt and his wife at the time, Julia, exchanging their vows. However, the vows are described as how he has lied to her and put her in danger, much to his despair. He wakes up and gets back to work. It's been 2 years since the capture of rogue British agent Solomon Lane. His terrorist network, the Syndicate, has reorganized as the Apostles, a terror group for hire. They are recruited by extremist John Lark to acquire 3 plutonium cores for nuclear bombs he will use to dismantle the existing world order. Ethan fails to recover the cores in Berlin after the Apostles take his teammate Luther hostage. Ethan chooses to save Luther's life, but the Apostles steal the cores. However, Ethan, Luther, and teammate Benji capture Lark's nuclear weapons specialist, Niles Dilbrook, and trick him into providing the schematics for Lark's bombs. CIA Director Erica Sloan confronts Ethan and the IMF Director Alan Huntley over the team's failure to recover the plutonium. She insists on sending her agent August Walker with them to find the cores, directing him to consider anyone and everyone expendable. Ethan and Walker perform a halo jump above Paris and infiltrate a nightclub where Lark will purchase the cores from arms broker Elena. They approach a man who they believe to be Lark, but after an intense fight in the men's room, Ethan is almost killed until his ally, MI6 agent Ilsa Faust, intervenes and kills the man who they believe is Lark. Assuming Lark's identity, Ethan meets Elena, who gives him 1 core, explaining that the Apostles will deliver the others after he attacks a police convoy and liberates its prisoner, Solomon Lane. Ethan deviates from the plan and rams the truck carrying Lane into the river to protect the police escort from Elena's mercenaries. He leads the police away while his team secures Lane and thwarts an assassination attempt on Lane by Ilsa. Meeting with Ethan, Ilsa explains that MI6 assigned her to kill Lane to prevent foreign governments from interrogating him and to prove her loyalty to her country after working undercover for the Syndicate. She was sent to protect Lark and ensure Lane's escape, but disobeyed to protect Ethan. Meanwhile, Walker gives Sloan evidence suggesting that Ethan is the real Lark. The team brings Lane to London for the exchange, but Henley confronts him with Walker's evidence. The team tricks Walker into admitting that he is in fact Lark, and Sloan sends a CIA unit to arrest them all. However, Lane's Apostles intervene, and in the ensuing gunfight, Walker kills Hunley and escapes alongside with Lane. Ethan gives chase until Walker reveals that he has located Julia, Ethan's ex-wife, who was sent into hiding to protect her from his enemies and threatens her life. Walker is unable to kill Ethan as Lane is withholding the remaining cores until he is allowed to get revenge on Ethan. Ethan, Benji, Luther, and Ilsa track Lane and Walker to a medical camp near the Sachin Glacier in Kashmir. They are treating a smallpox outbreak orchestrated by the Apostles. Ilsa deduces that Lane will use the bomb to irradiate the water supply of the bordering India, Pakistan, and China, starving billions of people. Benji explains that the bombs operate as a circuit, meaning defusing one bomb will trigger the others unless the detonator is first disabled. At the camp, Ethan discovers Julia and her new husband are leading the medical care at the request of an anonymous donor, which would be Lane. The bomb countdown is armed, and Walker leaves with the detonator by helicopter while Lane remains behind to die. Luther and Julia work together to defuse one bomb, while Ilsa and Benji subdue Lane and begin defusing the second. Meanwhile, Ethan hijacks a helicopter and crashes it into Walker's, causing both helicopters to crash off a cliff, leaving one suspended over the edge by its cargo hook. During a fight, Ethan releases the hook, which impales and kills Walker before disarming the detonator. The wounded Ethan is recovered by the medical camp by Sloan, who has Lane return to MI6, freeing Ilsa from her obligations. Ethan apologizes to Julia for the perils he has put her in, but she expresses gratitude for his efforts to safeguard the world and her new life. Ilsa and Ethan share a moment together as the film comes to its end.
Thank you so much to Brad from Canada from the Scene Invaders Podcast for doing this recap. Consider subscribing to my channel and their channel. They do a really good job of just breaking down movies and TV shows in a really chill way. Also, consider becoming a member of the channel. That would help me out. And if you want to be really cool, I have merch, so you can buy that too.